if you're only joining us now for the part 2, which is going to be going down towards Kilgarvan from the pre-slip, go back and watch part 1 because it's coming all the way up from down there and some viewpoints around the place. Don't miss that bit. It should look nice, I hope. The wind tried to steal my gloves a minute ago, so hope I'm not missing anything. Alright, time to head home. And we're back on my own personal adventure bike, a 1987 Honda Super Magna. Don't need anything else. It's after getting insanely windy, which is making my life slightly more difficult, but still fine. Whew. But yeah, if you're only joining us now, like I said, make sure you go back and check out part 1. I told what I know of the story of the pre-slip and brought you kind of around the place up there, which was really damn cool. And a nice person took a picture for me that I'll hopefully be able to use as a thumbnail. Sounds like I might have an exhaust leak. It's ticking from the front. I'll have to check that. But this section that we're on now goes down towards Kilgarvan. So where we were was the kind of the Ballylicky end. I might throw up a map. If I can, I'll take a screenshot and Google Maps, throw it up. But now we're heading down towards Kilgarvan, and just look at the views. This thing is like Lord of the Rings, eat your heart out. Like I said in the last video, it's reminded me to go watch them again, because just look at that. I'm so happy I came out today, because I could have just sat at home in the cold and thought, oh hey, it's cold outside. And it is, it's really cold out here, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, isn't it worth being out here? I will say that the solid back wheel makes riding in this type of wind a lot more challenging, because it catches it and it's like the back of the bike, it feels like it wants to step out, but you know it doesn't, because it's still planted on the road and wind isn't going to make you lose traction unless it's like really strong. But not in this case, it's not going to make me lose traction. But it just feels odd, not in a good way particularly either. There's kind of a, yeah, I don't know. My God, it is pretty out here. I really hope they never let anyone build anything out here. Leave it like this. Leave it for the old sheepies with their sheep sticks. I know Mr. Kazawaki told me what they're called, but I can't remember. He's a good man with the old learning. He's a very learned man, I would imagine. I'd put him as a professor of things. Oh, look at that little winding stream. I imagine when it rains that gets fairly hefty. And I do not want to see it, just by the way, in case anyone is thinking I'm saying, oh, wouldn't it rain? I am not. I do not want it to rain. Not even kind of. This is grand. I don't need to do any riding here at all. Hill is doing it for me, which is sound. I love the pops out of this thing though. What a bike. Honestly, it's actually something I was looking at, you know, recently, you know. There's a lot of conversations going on about, you know, I need this bike for this and this bike for this. You really don't. I would be perfectly happy slinging this up around most roads. Maybe not off-road, but that's more a clearance issue than anything else. But like, I think if you're careful about things, you can ride your bike anywhere you want. Doesn't matter what it is. You can ride it wherever. Actually, that's something else that reminds me, right, that I would like to speak about, because I've seen it creep into one of my videos comments. And that video is doing very well, so I suppose it's only natural, but it's only natural that you get some less happy people. My God, the views here. But the most important bit for me is that, you know, these are hobby, you know what I mean? I'm not a professional. My opinions are my opinions. They could be complete nonsense. But one thing I'm kind of a mad proponent for is whatever bike you're riding, as long as it's a bike, I don't really give a shit. If it's a 250 that you built at home yourself with an engine salvaged from God knows what, I don't care. It's a bike. And so when I see people arguing over, you know, and like one guy called someone a brainless idiot because he wanted, he would buy the Street Fighter V4S over the SRF. I just don't get that. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. They're both bikes. I think both are really cool. What would I have if I had the money? If I had the money for one of those bikes, I'd probably buy the Ducati, just because, you know, it's like it's a pin-up and it sounds amazing. And that's if I was buying with, you know, free money essentially. If it was sensible money, I'd probably buy the SRF. But, like, you know, just the comments he made were just strange as well. You know, I don't know. He basically said that anyone who used the Ducati was going to be popping wheelies through traffic and etc. It's like, no. Maybe someone just likes the Ducati and wants to ride even here. You know, why not ride it here? And that's kind of my point. I know I'm going about it in a long-winded way, and it's probably not as ranty as it maybe should be, because it really did annoy me. But my point is, as long as it's a bike, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? As long as someone is willing to get up, get out on a bike, grow the community, contribute to, you know, maybe people getting more friendly towards bikers, because I don't know about everywhere else, but here it's people really don't like bikers at all. Like Kev, who you've seen on the channel a lot, he made a comment that he feels like we're actively disliked in Ireland, and I'd have to agree. I think most people do actively dislike bikers because of the small few that do act like, you know, maybe dickheads about things, but like, you know, most of us are alright. Anyway, I suppose the moral of the story is, don't be whinging at someone for liking a certain type of bike just because it's not the type of bike you like. It's a bike, that's what matters, you know? Like, I wave at everyone. Sure, what's getting lost between friends anyway, huh? I have all of you with me. The fact the signpost here would suggest this leads to some form of civilization. I'm hoping Kilgarvan, because I know to get home from Kilgarvan. But this, I think, is the less cool bit of free sleep. Lep, leap, leap, lep. Leppy leap. But anyway, also, if you are on the channel and you see people start to comment like that, all I would ask is don't engage them. There is no point. If someone comes in and calls you something like a brainless idiot for wanting a Ducati, two things. You're not a brainless idiot. Whether you want a Ducati, an SRF, a scooter, a Super Cub, a CBR, a Gixxer 1000, you're not a brainless idiot. And number two, don't engage them. I'm not going to. Or maybe I'll put in a comment that won't escalate the situation further, but I'm asking the rest of you not to engage them. So far on my channel, the comments have been great. I really enjoyed the interaction, and I'd rather it did not descend into a cesspit of nonsense. God, this bike sounds good. There we go. That's what this whole road is about, where it opens up to prettiness. I always forget, you know, I do look up these routes before I come out here, and I always forget which way I'm supposed to go. That sheep, fair play to it. Hope I can get its head back out. Kenmare, Killarney, that's the way we need to go. open up the poor Magna a bit, because it's been dealing with back roads for the last while. I hope you enjoyed my one, possibly two videos on pre-slip. I hope that if you were encouraged to come out to Ireland to ride, or if you're in Ireland and wanted to come down to Cork and Kerry to ride, that kind of encouraged you to do it. You can do it on any bike. This is a 1987 Honda Super Magna. The front forks are shagged on it. It has fairly crap original brakes. Also look up my 6-month review if you want to know more about the Magna. And the only thing I've done is upgraded the rear shocks to Hagons, which definitely help because they're bloody excellent. But all in all, really not a whole pile. And all that is to say is that you can do this on any bike. And that feeds back into what I was saying earlier, that any bike is good enough. Don't fight about what bike is right and what bike is not right. If it's electric, great. If it's petrol, great. Even if it's a diesel bike, that's probably just cool. You know what I mean? I don't care how you're powered, as long as you've two wheels on your machine. And even that said, I also like cars, so no car abuse either, please. Unless it's for crappy car drivers. You can abuse them all you want. And cyclists, yeah, you can probably abuse them too. Try to not engage in people in the comment section if you can who are being stupid, because at the end of the day you're only going to piss yourself off. Anyway, I'll probably close this video out when I go home. That was a nice dog. So yeah, I'll speak to you when I am home, which is probably like at least an hour and a half's ride away from me. I put in the mileage, to show you these places. So if you like them and if you like my videos, don't forget to hit the like button. That's the only thing I earn from these videos, is likes. They feed me, keep me hungry. So if you want to pay for my fuel that it took me to get out here, and it's going to take me to get home, my probably 300 kilometer, 400 kilometer round trip today, hit the like button. Please and thank you. And if you really want to make me happy, hit the subscribe button. I would love to get to 500 subs at some stage, before my 1-year anniversary on the YouTubes. Oh, that's a bump. Oh, we're okay. And don't forget to possibly wave a fond farewell to the Magna, because I'll find out, actually probably by the time this video is out I'll have already known. But I should have storage sorted, and if I've storage and a workspace sorted, it means this is going to start to be taken apart to, make some modifications to it. I'll talk to you when I'm at home. Or maybe I'll stop by the side of the road somewhere and close it out, I don't know. So I'm home. It's pretty dark outside because it gets dark far too early these days. You don't need an adventure bike to do what I just did. This thing, it's all you need. Well, that or the phaser, I did both. I think I did blow out one of my fork seals though, so they were already, the forks already needed rebuilding, and I'm pretty certain I've blown out the left one. And I don't even know is there liquid ever in the right one, so yeah. Buy yourself a Magna and go do mountain pass roads. Thanks very much for watching. Adios.